Recorded. All right, guys. So I'm super, super excited. We have a special guest tonight, Amber. And then make sure you stay to the end because Stacy has a little tip that she wants to share with all of us that I think will be amazing. So you guys, Amber is awesome, but I'm just going to let her share her story. And it's really special because she's kind of part of corporate now, kind of not, whatever you want to call it, but I'll let her explain that. But she's also an ambassador Diamond, so she knows how to build a business, but she also knows what's going on and what's coming, which is why I love talking to her because it's just freaking phenomenal. But I mean, look at her right now. She's like, you guys don't even know. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and let you share your story, and you don't have to leave anything in or out, whatever you want. But we have newbies all the way up to ambassadors. So however you want to share.
Awesome. Well, one, don't mind me, please, you guys. I have been hit with, a cold or something. I think traveling, I didn't take my immunity. And so I'm not feeling so hot, but I know that these are non-negotiable. And you guys, it's so great that I can sit here in an It Works t-shirt and some leggings and still rock it out. But I started this business 7 years ago this month, and it was insane when I started. I had been praying and praying and praying for something to answer the prayers, but I didn't want to ever take what God was giving me, right? Like I just was like, no, not that. No, not a network marketing company, please. And I decided to try the wrap, and I fell in love. And you guys, today they're still a flagship product that are so under talked about and so underused. And I started with that body wrap, fell in love, and my husband was like, I actually think we have something in our hands. And I was like, well, of course I have body wrap in my hand. Like, of course they work. And so when I fell in love with the body wrap, I knew everyone had to do it. I've built all the way to ambassador via face-to-face, belly-to-belly, sip and sample, try it, however you want to call it. And using Facebook and barely Instagram. Just recently, like within the last year, have I started Instagram, and went all the way ambassador, just making connections by connection by connection. And I feel like it's something we all are going to be ready for or need to get ready for, especially with the way that social media is working and things that are happening. And so if you have like, oh my gosh, I've never even put a wrap on someone, well, it's time to, like, you want to be in the big leagues, like you're going to have to talk to people. Okay. So I went Ruby in 45 days. And at that point, I made the phone call that said, hey, I'm done. I quit. This isn't enough for me. My check was just over $300, and I'd worked 45 days straight away from my family. Every single night, I was still working 60 hours in the salon. I had 2 babies at home. And I just said, this really isn't for me. And I remember Jillian was like, dude, if you do the exact same thing over the next month and a half, you'll go diamond and you'll get a $10,000 bonus. And I was like, doubt it. That's where the scam comes in. And so I did. I put my foot down and I was like, hey, I'm going to double everything I've done over the last 45 days. And November 15th, you guys, mid-month, I promoted diamond. And ever since then, that's how I really try and push my business, is because I didn't know better that it was a full calendar month. I thought it was date to date. And so I made sure that I pushed everything to the beginning of the month. So my promotion as a leader was done on the 15th, and I had 15 days to give to my team. And so that's kind of the first thing that I want you guys to really sit with for a second is, could and should my promotion be done? So I'm paid at my highest rank on the 15th of the month, and I have 15 days for my team. And so then after I went diamond, we still couldn't pay our bills. Welcome to reality of being so flipped over in debt and not having income. And so my parents paid for my kids' Christmas that Christmas, and I vowed never again. I went to conference, and and I remember sitting back and thinking, I'll never make it. I will never make it. I'm not 6 feet tall. I don't have this long blonde hair. Like, there's not room for me, who lives in Spanish Fork, who's the stylist at the time, had like shaved sides on my head. Okay. And God spoke to me in that moment, and he was like, why not you? And I was like, huh? Me? Like, little old me? All right, fine. I guess I can. So I put my foot down, you guys. I looked at my leaders and I said, what do you want? 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 And this business isn't about you. You're going to get what you want, but you got to help enough other people get what they want. And so then I was double diamond the very next month, triple diamond in 8 months. We retired Josh on triple diamond presidential pay. And we've been a full-time family ever since. And so once I reached ambassador diamond 2.5 years in, and last October, we really had this feeling that like, gosh, what are we going to do? Like, what's Josh going to do? Our kids are homeschooled. But I didn't really have 8 hours of work for him. And January, corporate reached out to us and said, hey, we want you guys as field liaisons. That means the voice between the field and corporate. And we want you guys as field liaisons for the company to train all the teams, everyone, travel and like teach everything that we've done in 7 years to the masses. So here we are. Now we get to both work this business fully with 2 different hats on every single day, as team leader for our own team and team leader for the corporate team. And our main goal is just to take this company beyond $1 billion. And that is why I'm here, is because this company will only go beyond $1 billion for the first time, one time. And I want to be a part of that. That's an honor. That's a privilege. That is history in the making for this family, for this company. And I'm honored to be a part of that. So that's my story.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let me just say, I'm excited that I'm here right now. And that is something super special, you guys. Like, you don't realize it. Like, when Keto Coffee first came out, like, the fact that you were here right now, like, oh my gosh, it's just freaking crazy. So, Amber, you shared some things with me that you kind of do with your newbies, especially because you do like to do things in person as well. So can you share some of, let's just say you had a brand new person that you were talking to right now, and they said, I want to go really fast, which, we know it all takes time, but they said, I want to go really fast. What would you do with them or for them or guide them in order to get them just moving quickly?
So the first thing, you guys, is everyone comes in, and you got to be able to take what they say with a grain of salt. When they say, oh my gosh, I've got a network of 5.5 million people and I'm going to go ambassador tomorrow night, take it with a grain of salt. It could happen. Sure. And then you're going to have people that are like, I actually don't even want $100, but talk to me and we can talk. And so walk with them at their pace where they're comfortable for about the first week. And then immediately, like, they're going to see, okay, this isn't working. For instance, I had somebody who was like, hey, a lot of people actually, they're like, I don't have social media. And I was like, no problem. But I have to be able to be like, that's okay. How long do you want to go trying to build your business a different way before you're going to be open to a way that's actually somebody who's successful does, and do that? So allow how they ask questions. Do you want to send your first message on Facebook or text? Do you want to make your first post in stories or on your wall? Like, how do they want to do it, and give them options, because they're going to feel comfortable one way or the other. I had a new girl who's like, I actually don't feel comfortable posting until we meet up. And I'm like, no problem. Let's meet up. What's your schedule like? Okay. And if they're not in town, then do face-to-face, get with them, make that eye contact. And because if you guys are not connecting with them, it's so much easier for them to be disconnected really, really, really fast. And so whether it's face-to-face, whether it's at coffee, whether it's on a Zoom, FaceTime, Facebook time, okay, like whatever it is, like, you can absolutely get eye contact with them, and then have them, what I do is I have them make their story, their past, their present, and their future. Something along the lines of, like, for instance, if this was a new distributor that I had, she could post something like, hey guys, as many of you know, my husband's deployed until Christmas, and I'm so excited this year I'm so excited this year to have my husband home on Christmas, but I want to surprise him with a new house that's refurnished. And I was struggling with financially how to get started in this, and how to start with my home renovation. But I found a way. I was following Christy on social media, and I am so excited to launch an online business. Looking forward to all the support. Now, there's a past. Her husband's gone, right? We've been struggling financially. There's a present. I'm home with my kids. I want a home renovation. What am I going to do? I'm going to renovate my house before my husband comes home. And so where's the past, the present, and the future, and where they're going? And I've found that as you guys do that with your people, then they're more likely going to get a better response for the business when they launch it versus be like, hey guys, join me. I just started a business. You need to pay $99 and come with me. No, that's not going to work. Okay. So have them do their story. And then I immediately co-sponsor in, meaning if I place Lindy under Haley, she's going to know who Haley is, and Haley is going to welcome her on all her platforms and social media. Haley's market needs to know that her team's growing, rocking and rolling. And Lindy now has 2 sources to go to, not just me, because if I'm enrolling 10 plus distributors a month, I can't one-on-one communicate with much more than that effectively. And I'm also giving leadership to Haley as well.
That's so true. And you guys, I want you to know too, like, if you are brand new, all of this stuff will make sense, and it will it will be important when you do start enrolling more and you have those 5 to 10 distributors coming in a month. And it's going to be so much fun when you're able to connect them, tell them who their team is, everything like that. But okay, so Amber, how do you bring in your distributors? So if I said, Amber, I want to sign 5 distributors this month, like what would you have me do? How do you sign your distributors? Because I know some people message, some people don't, some people do stories, some people don't.
So I'm all about all the ways. Okay. I don't feel like there's one way that's going to work and not the other way. There's no right or wrong way to build this business. There's a way that's going to produce results, or you're not producing results. Okay. Can I make that very clear? And if you're like, I only want to post on social media and hope and pray people come to me and they start trusting me from the get-go, good luck. That's more than likely that's not going to work. Okay. But what could happen is that you are very genuine and people are like, hey, I'm interested. At that point, then I'm going to message. All right. So for me personally, I use all the ways. I post my story. I try 99% of the time. Okay. I'm not always perfect, but at least once a day, every day in a different way on Instagram and Facebook. And then in my stories, I do a slide every single day about something about my business, what I'm doing, my family, why I'm so blessed, what I'm excited about, all of those things on my stories, on Facebook and Instagram, and I message. If I'm going through Instagram or Facebook and God comes over me and says, message her, shoot, I'm going to message her. Like, I'm going to not listen to that voice, okay? And I also go out and I talk and I add and I expand my network every single day, which also brings me in distributors. And so I think too, again, asking, how do you feel more comfortable? Do you want to go to strangers or do you want to go to your family and friends? Okay. My family and friends didn't support me in the beginning. So I didn't want them to be in the business. I wanted to prove to them that this was legit. So asking, what and how they want to, but I post every single day, non-negotiable, whether I'm sick, whether I'm out of service, whether I am in bed, whether I am at home with my kids, no matter what, you guys, you must be posting about the opportunity every single day in a way, shape, or form, because the consistent. So if I have any slides up at any 24-hour given period on my stories and one's not about the opportunity, that's my cue to put one up. Like, I want a new story of my story up every 24 hours, because you don't know who's going to be on during that 6-hour window when you don't have your story up. And they're like, oh, I just like her profile. Great, off. Or during that 6 hours while you're sleeping, someone in a different country is up that's watching you, and your story's up and they're seeing you. So stories and wall every single day, non-negotiable, some way, shape, or form about this business, what it's done for me. But I love to voice memo, message, and just ask. Like, it's not that hard. I was in North Carolina a couple days ago doing a Triad event there, and we were all out to dinner. There was probably like 30 of us. And literally this voice came over and was like, talk to that girl. And I was like, I'm talking to these 2 girls right now that are distributors. And I literally was like blank, deer in the headlights, you guys. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And they're also like, what's up? I'm like, I'm stressed. Like, I'm supposed to go talk to that girl. I don't know how. There's a million people around here. We're in a restaurant. This is awkward. What do I say? Blah, blah, blah. And then it came over me again. And I was like, dang it, dude. Like, go away. Like, that's literally what I wanted to say. Not right now. Okay. And I went up and talked to her, and all the girls were floored. This girl ended up hugging me afterwards and was like, I can't believe you even asked me to do this business with you. I'm so excited. And we're chatting on Instagram. So If you're not looking for those opportunities, you're going to miss them. And every opportunity is an opportunity to ask to be a distributor. And I pretty much only lead with the business.
I agree. And I think it's so funny because it doesn't have to be that complicated.
Right.
It can be just asking. You know, people always ask, oh, I need a script for this. Well, I need a script for this. I need a script for this. I need a script for this. I'm like, just talk to them. My girl, Brittany, she loves that. She's like, you always make it sound so simple. I'm like, it is. Because you guys just talk to them like they are human beings. Like, we have the opportunity of a lifetime, and all you have to do is share that. Ask them. Ask them. You just never know who you're going to sign up that's going to be your Amber that is like, oh, no. You know, I had no idea what the heck it was. I would say probably 50% of the people on here said they would never sell something on social media. It's always those ones that end up doing the best because they're like fighting this inner voice. I don't know what it is, but it always seems to be those ones. But you guys, seriously, like, just ask. That's all I can say. And maybe we'll go ahead and answer questions at the end. But okay, so this is one thing that some of my girls wanted me to ask you. So how do you find inspiration for posts? Because people, they want to be consistent. They're, you know, blanking on what to say because they're new. They don't know how to post or how to, you know, draw people in without sounding salesy, if that makes sense, like join my team, because they feel like they don't have a story.
Sure. So I'll give you the authentic way and then the cheat way. Okay. And not cheap, but cheat. So for me, I would always recommend following somebody who's not in your market, but that's 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. That's where you want to be. And I take their post on Sunday. I try and find 7 opportunity posts. And this month, we've done things a little bit different. We actually have like a pool of leaders that are pushing content in for everyone. And I just kind of pulled different leaders together. We put them all together. I'm not a fan of group chats, but well, we're doing it. And there's a note section in your phone, right? And so I'll go opportunity posts and I'll go follow 2 or 3 leaders that are within our company, and I'll scroll back to like their May post and I'll take their opportunity post and I'll edit it to fit mine. Okay. So don't ever copy and paste exactly what they're doing, but it gives me a platform. Like, they're like, oh, I'm at the beach. And I'm like, oh, I'm on my deck. Oh, I'm in my car. Like, I don't live this elaborate life, but they do. But how can I make it relatable, right? Or they're like, oh, I just spent $160 million on this car. And I'm like, I bought a GMC Acadia. Like, cool, right? So make it fit you for where you're at right now. And then it's just easy to share that. So that's the cheat way. Okay. And again, 7 of those a week. It's pretty easy to edit those and tee them up for every single day. You could take one day and just do 31 days. And then the real way is I ask for guidance in my personal development every single morning. Okay. So I usually go to my notes. It's just the easiest for me, you guys. I went triple diamond with just my phone, no laptop, nothing. So the other day, you can see right here, like, I will read books or listen to Audible books, and I write things that I pull from there. And then how does it pertain to my life? Okay. So, this one was, the further someone is away from what they are meant to be doing, the more challenges they will experience. I'm so grateful 7 years ago, I was so far away from what I was supposed to be doing. I was experiencing debt, anxiety, depression, and I was so overweight and unhealthy that I found an opportunity to change my life. Okay, so I pulled one quote and then I finished it with my story. Okay, the next one is like, amateurs believe in luck, professionals believe in preparation and training. I'm training my brain this morning to get the best leaders on my team, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so again, if you're not doing personal development, it will always be hard for you to grow your mindset, for you to come up with posts to make. And even if you just made a quote, great. Right? Like, so what are you expanding? Your mindset is 90% of this business. Some people say 80, I say it's 90. Okay. Because I always want to be better than the rest. And if the rest is doing 80, I'm doing 90. And so how in your mind can you grow and expand to be the best Haley, the best Danielle, the best Lindy, the best Tamika, the best Kayla. How can you be the best version of you? And if I'm sitting in who I was 13 years ago, I will never be the best version of me, because God called me here to be this person for this team, for this company, right here, right now, and I am not done yet. But I have to expand every single day. So personal development, growth. I think I have more books in my home than I've ever read in my entire life. And Audible also helps me. And YouTube, it's free. Like, you guys, there's so much free stuff out there. You don't need to buy anything, but it's definitely mandatory if you want to be successful. And so that's where I pull my content from as far as what to post.
I love that. I always share that that's the way I do it too. I'm like, honestly, I'm not super smart. I just get inspired and then I just kind of voice talk it. Or I find my best inspiration in the shower. I tend to talk to myself and I'm like, I need to write this down. This is going to be the best post ever. And you guys, another super simple way to find, a way to create your posts is writing down two different things. Write down what people need money for. Just make a list. Just make a simple list. What do you need money for? Your car payment, your gas, your this, your that, your whatever. Those are all going to be posts. Those are all going to be posts for you that you can elaborate on, that this business either has or is going to pay for. And then the other one is something I don't know and I forgot because I have zero memory right now.
I mean, you guys, even like electricity, okay? Their phone bill, their makeup, their diapers, their wipes, their school clothes. Hello, like, everyone is going to school right now. Christmas is coming up, family vacations, the simplest things. Like, I remember when I was like, oh my gosh, where's the cheapest place for gas? Because I only have $5. And now I'm like, where can I get rewards? Like, how much money can I spend to get rewards, right? Those kind of things are all, nobody cares how much Christy and I make. They really don't. Like, it's great, but they're like, oh, cool, 6 figures, great. Like, go do your thing, boo. I'm not lucky like you. Maybe they're like, oh, I don't live in Las Vegas or Utah, or I don't have 16 million cute kids. Like, whatever, right? I don't wear big earrings, like, whatever. They're always going to compare, you guys. But here's the deal. People can relate to the fact that Christmas is coming up, and I remember when I didn't pay for my own kids' Christmas. Like, school's coming up, and a lot of families could only buy one outfit for their kid. And they're like, well, if they grow out of this one, then I'll buy them another one. There's a lot more people that can relate to that. And so are you sharing the simplest things that you're grateful for? And in a gratitude way. I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to sound boastful. Well, then don't. Like, don't be all bougie about it. So, oh shoot, I was going to say something and now I forgot. But all in all, you guys, that's how you guys can find stuff to post about, is the simple $10 Wrap Cash, $15 Coffee Cash. What is that doing for you that someone else can relate to? I know there's some ambassadors that were like, all I wanted was manicure money. That's like $35, $50 a month.
It's crazy because I would honestly say that probably 50% of the leaders that I have on my team started for $500 to $1,000 a month. That's it. And now they're making 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and up. So don't feel like, Chrissy, I started to make, the extra 5 to 10, like, I want to be in your spot. I wanted this, I wanted that. So I don't want to be talking about the $10 to $20, but that is the mass. The mass can't fathom making a $10,000, paycheck from their phone, but they will after they make the first 500 and they make the 1,000 and then they make the 2,000 and then they're like, oh my gosh, my next step is the 5,000 that I thought could never be me. Like, that happens across the board all of the freaking time. Sorry, I didn't cut you off, did I?
No.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys, go ahead, and if you have any questions, put it in the comments. But I want you guys to know that her journey has been 7 years. We are not the same people that we were. I've been 6 years, Amber's one of the first leaders I met. When I met her, she was a triple and I was maybe ruby or emerald.
Ruby.
Yeah, and like I was like, oh my gosh, these people are triple diamonds, like ah! And it was at an event. So you have to all go to events so she can meet awesome people. And now I'm like, and now we're like friends, and she invites me to her house when I'm in Utah. And so it's so funny. It's so funny. But you guys, through the personal development, you'll become the person that can make the $2,000 a month, the $5,000 a month. You know, so don't get wrapped up in, you know, feeling overwhelmed. Like I don't talk like her. I don't act like her. Like, who cares? Good.
Yes, you don't look like me tonight. Come on.
Right. I know. But, you know, that's the thing, too, that I realized in my business. And, you know, Amber, if you want to elaborate on it, when I looked at other people being successful and I was like, okay, I'm going to be like them, it never worked. But when I was like, you know what, this is me. Like, I'm kind of crazy, kind of this, kind of that, whatever. That's me. And then I just worked hard with that. That is when people were attracted to me and my business, because they felt like I was being real. Like, I'm a real person. I'm not perfect. I'm not a blogger, but I'll put on the earrings to make the picture look better.
Right.
You know? And so like it will come step by step and we all learn. And if you guys didn't know, I took 3.5 months to sign my first customer and my first distributor. So if you want to compare yourself to anybody, do it to me, because I'm like at the bottom of the scale pretty much to anyone who starts now, because it's so easy to sign customers and distributors now with the products we have, the systems we have. It's so freaking crazy. Okay, so Amber, you do read hella books.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, this book, oh, that book, and all over the place. So for somebody who is brand new that doesn't even know what personal development is, because the first time I heard that, I was like, you want me to what? You know, like feed my mind? What does that mean? What would you have them do or listen to or read first?
This is hard because every single person is in a different place. So I'm going to ask you guys a couple categories and I want you to drop them in the chat. But and rate yourself, right? On a scale from 1 to 10 in leadership, how would you feel if you were put in a leadership position, you could lead a team of 10? On a scale of 1 to 10, you're like, 1, I suck as a leader. I've never even been in a leadership position. Maybe you're like, oh, I've led teams. I was soccer captain, right? Like on a scale from 1 to 10 in leadership, where's that spectrum? On the scale 1 to 10 in confidence, like you're like, I can take an epic selfie, girl, like first time and done. And here's all of us like, right? Like taking 12 on a scale from 1 to 10 in confidence. Where are you? Okay. On a scale from being a really good friend, sharing empathy, being there for other people, the yellow side, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10 in sales. Oh, I've sold cars, girl. I can sell ice to an Eskimo. Sales, what's that? This is my first job. Okay. So with sales, where are you at on that scale? And then as far as marketing goes, maybe you know branding. Maybe you're like, I don't know how to take a picture. I don't know lighting to save my life. On a scale from 1 to 10. Okay. In marketing, where are you at? Okay. And then the last category I want you guys to think about is the past. All right. Being a victim, something that's happened to you. How much have you released that and let it go? Or is it still lingering you and someone's opinion from 4th grade is still affecting the way that you move forward now? Okay. So for me, when I started this business, I was a stylist. I was pretty confident, not in my weight, but from here up. And so that's all a lot of people saw, right? That's why a stylist, we were black, is to hide all the goods. But I also knew how I was HR manager at Target. I flipped a salon from $3,000 to $30,000 in 90 days, okay? I know how to manage. I know how to lead. I've been an assistant manager since I was like 16 years old in retail. So I know those kind of things. I know how to fill in the cracks. But when it came to sales, I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know specific wording. And so these are the categories I want you guys to say, okay, where am I lacking? Okay. Can I recruit, but can I retain? Can I recruit? Can I retain? And can I create revenue? Where's my systems? Where's my sales? Where's my marketing? Where's my genuine authenticity? Where am I lacking? And where am I proud of, right? And so in these categories, if you're new, you got to find out what you're lacking and ask yourself these. And then if I lack in confidence, I'm going to go find all the confidence books. And if I lack in marketing, I'm going to go find all the marketing books. And if I lack in leadership, I've never been put in a leadership position before, but I'm ready to lead a team to go diamond in 90 days, you better figure it out, right? If I don't know how to sell, go get Greatest Salesman in the World. That's a book. It's the best book. Anything by the salesmen, right? 10X. I mean, guys, like I have books for days. But even though once I got the missing part, which was system, sales, and marketing, those were things I didn't know. I studied and I studied and I studied. And every day I study one thing. To this day, 7 years later, I study one personal and one professional. Spiritual faith, I grow every single day because for me, I want my faith and my finances to grow together, not one or the other, not one without the other. And so I'm learning to change my money mindset with my faith mindset. And so finding different books, all you have to do is to go to Google, your friend, hey Siri, what is the best sales book out there? And there's going to be a lot you guys are going to read and you're like, wah, that was stupid. Or, oh, I already knew that, right? Or, oh, I learned that in 5th grade, but that never applied to me. Fine. Okay. But there's a lot of books. Once I filled in my cracks, today I study all of it because I'm not the best there is yet. And I want to grow in systems. I want to grow in sales. I want to grow in confidence. I want to grow in hustle. Wow, my light just came on me. But I want to be the best I can be in those areas, which means I'm not done studying. And I feel like I have a degree in business building, in systems, in sales, in marketing, in confidence, in faith, in growth. And I have this big tool belt that I have added things to every single day over the last 7 years. Not a day goes by that I don't do something for my mind, personally and professionally. I've worked 7 days for the last 7 years. Have I worked 1 hour this day and 16 hours the next? Yeah. But every single day is a day that if I don't grow, I'm dying. And I'm not done. And so find those areas that you're in. Some of my greatest books, I'll give you exact recommendations, but that is where I wanted to start the foundation of this, you guys. It's not that I can say, oh my gosh, this book slayed it for me. Well, I'm here in money and you might be here in money. And so you have to take those steps to get to that book. My mindset is here and you're like, ooh, I'm right here. But you need a book like You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. That book took me triple and now I can't stand to listen to it. Okay? Like, fine, whatever. Rachel Hollis is awesome. I'm like, yeah, she's cool. Where's the next? Right? Because I'm past the, like, I know I can do all things. I know that. God already told me. Like, I don't need someone to tell me that. I am that PTA mom that doesn't show up, okay? And I'm not mad about it, right? Like, those are the things that I don't need validation for or the guilt. You might be there. I was there at one point. I've just grown through that. Okay, so for me personally right now, one of the greatest books in mindset, right, is I just finished it. It's called The Anomaly Mindset. It is freaking phenomenal. But again, maybe you're like, no, my mindset's good. I just don't feel like I know how to sell. I don't know how to recruit. I don't know how to close, okay? You might go to a book like The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, or Og Mandino, Greatest Salesman in the World, Zig Ziglar, or John Maxwell is all leadership, all his leadership books. Leadership Bible is awesome. Some of the ones I'm reading right now, and again, I read about 2 books a week. The average CEO reads about 2 to 4 a month. Well, I don't want to be the average CEO. I want to be better and bigger than the average CEO. So I listen to, okay, I get Audible, and I get about 4 to 8 credits a month. That's an investment that I make, and that's way cheaper than going to college. So I choose to spend that and study there than on my own time in my bed, at my pool, right? So some of the books I'm reading to right now, Never Split the Difference. It's negotiating. I learned this one from GLS, which is a Global Leadership Summit. I'm really excited about this. This guy was like an FBI agent, which is totally a job I would do if I wasn't in network marketing. Crazy Busy by Kevin DeYoung. Awesome about how we always say I'm so crazy busy. How are you? Crazy busy, crazy busy. Are you, or are you wasting time? And this book was like, whoop, newsflash. Unqualified by Stephen Furtick. It's how God uses broken people. Okay. The Last Arrow by far is my all-time favorite book. The subtitle is Save Nothing for the Next Life. And it's, are you literally living to your full potential that God's called you to? Happy Money is another good one about money. Power versus Force, leadership, extreme ownership, Crash the Chatterbox. There's the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. I know you guys ain't even keeping up with all this. There's so many, you guys, so many. But again, find out what category you're missing. And then, I mean, there's endless books for it. One I'm excited for, it comes out it comes out in September, but I just saw it scrolling Amazon. Why are we on Amazon? We shouldn't be on Amazon ever buying Amazon Prime stuff. But it is called You Are the Girl for the Job, Daring to Believe the God Who Calls You. I'm really excited for it, but that's what it looks like. I'm like, might like it, might not, but it doesn't come out until like mid-September. So,
well, we recorded this, so they can go back and listen.
Pause.
But I love that you actually have like a way to figure that out, because people will say like, okay, well, I feel really confident, but I'm not recruiting, and I'm like, do personal development.
Yeah.
I think that's always the answer.
Right? Yeah.
But like, which book? So that is actually super amazing. And I think that's something I'm going to use for myself and for all of my team, because I feel like that's what it is. Someone, they're like, I'm hella confident. I could post pictures all day with an amazing post, but this isn't clicking or that isn't clicking. And so that's the personal development book that they would, dive into. So that's amazing. Okay. Do any of you guys have any questions for Amber? She is like, this brain of hers is like super full and amazing. And so if you guys have any questions for her, I know some of you guys too have been wanting to do like parties and sip and samples. So Amber, could you share about that a little bit? Like, I have grown my business almost completely on social media, but then there's other people like Amber who grew to ambassador completely not on social media until, probably this last year or so.
Christy, I'm going to send you some pictures. So we just did a sip and sample in North Carolina. It was awesome. But again, it's another way that not a lot of people are doing. And so when you do it, you're like the only one doing it. And it's really, really, really phenomenal. And it's so easy and simple. So let me send you.
And people want like fun and like girlfriends and stuff.
So I just sent you all the pictures of the setup. You guys, it's so simple, like literally like super, super, super simple. You don't need a lot of products. You don't need a lot of everything. But I basically go to Instagram and I will post my party dates available in September. On the 25th, I'm going to do it for September, right? I did this last month and there was months I got away from it, but I'm like, dude, why do we know things work and then we just stop doing them? It's so stupid. So, Instagram, and then I'll cross it off, right? It's kind of like how we're like, I got 5 positions open, and then you start adding their names. Well, I have 5 party dates available, and September is going to be double host rewards, and this is the product that the host is going to get, whatever you have on hand. It doesn't need to be something specific. You guys don't overthink it. It's literally like, you have an extra 3-day supply of keto coffee. Great. That's what they're getting. You have keto energy. Perfect. You have an extra bottle of hair, skin, and nails that's about to expire. Give it to them. Like whatever you have, that can be the hostess gift. And so if they book on August 27th, great. At 7:00, it takes 1 hour. You guys, these sip and samples should not be any longer than an hour. Now here's what's cool. Tammy's on here right now. She's my neighbor. And she came in and I literally was like, dude, you got to be my ride or die. Number 1. Number 2, if I teach you everything that I've done, are you open to it? And she's like, yeah, totally. We do sip and sample. She's got one planned tomorrow. We create a Facebook event. Everyone invites on there. And leading up to the party, we talk about different products that will be available at the party. And we use 1 collagen, 1 keto coffee, 1 hydrate, 1 greens. We're going to obviously do the reds and the celery now, and then we'll do them all plain, and then we also add them to how we like to taste. And then we use little Dixie cups, and we pour samples, and everyone just sips them. And we talk about the products. It's so easy. We have catalogs and we have order forms. Reason why we have order forms, because if people see it right in front of them, if they've used one of their senses, the BV is so much higher than going on social media and trying to give value, being like, buy the reds, they're great, but you've never tried them and you don't know what they taste like. And I'm like, they taste like beets, I'm out. Well, they don't, you guys. They taste like raspberry Jello, and they're freaking phenomenal, and I'm craving them. So again, getting in front of people and then going live while you're at the party and saying, okay, I'm going to go live. Just make sure everyone's down to be on live. Okay. If they're not, then just skip past them. And then we do a giveaway there too. If you're on time, you can do a giveaway. If they bring a guest, do a giveaway. It's so interesting to me that we're willing to give away $500 for somebody to do a host a post, but we're not rewarding people in our backyard and our team that is like mad volume. We literally will pull in over 100 volume orders with guests at parties when they're in front of you. And so I don't have to message 500 people to get an order. I have to bring 5 in front of me, and I sign 4 at $100 each in 1 hour. And so the time and dollar is so much more effective. And then also open it up. If you're we did them at my house every Thursday. We would do like a try it Thursday, or every 2 or 3 weeks. And then have your team come. If you're a distributor, come. Be a guest that night. Come, go there, go live. Oh my gosh, our party was crazy. Make sure to have wraps on hand. I sell them $35 for 1 wrap and 3 days of coffee, because I want them drinking the coffee for the next 3 days. The results are insane what people see, okay? And people will buy it. They will. But I don't want anything to be affordable at that party, because I want them as a customer. Right? And then you can book referrals off of them too. So if I have 6 guests and they're like, oh my gosh, well, how did she? And oh my gosh, Kayla, here's your host reward. Thank you for hosting tonight. This was so much fun. Oh my gosh. I'm like, well, wait, I want that for free. Well, if you book a party before September 15th, I'm actually doing double host rewards. Okay. They don't get that right then. I'm not handing it to them that day, but on the 15th, when I show up to your house with all your friends, you bet. Okay. And so having a calendar out and being able to set those parties it's so much, you guys, like, it's like so easy.
It's efficient.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you this question, and then I'm going to go change this diaper so she doesn't get her booty red. But anyways, TMI. So Crystal asked, how do you balance your mom life and your business life? And I know there's tons of people on here that don't even have kids, and they're single and they're not married and all that stuff, which that could be, how do you balance work and this business, and so on and so forth?
This is a really good question, you guys. I also homeschool. I have a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old. Me and my husband also work this business double time, full time. So how do I balance? You're not going to, but you can definitely be structured. Okay. And I will tell you, if you lack discipline, you will probably struggle in this business, because it's interesting that when we want to be mom, I don't lack discipline. When I was doing a fitness competition, I didn't lack discipline. But when it comes to the things as a mom that we want, we so often put ourselves on the back burner, and that's not okay. It's not okay under any circumstance. You will not be a better mom when you do not take care of yourself. Okay. And then the second part of that is that I can have it all. You can have a rockin' body. You can have epic money. You can have a banging business. Okay. You can be a great, incredible mom. You can have it all when you're disciplined. And if that means, like for me, I don't usually get to sit down from 6 p.m. after dinner and watch movies. That's not what I do with my time anymore. Okay, guys? I have one TV show that I watch if I earn it, AKA all my crap's done, right, for my business. But this business folds into my life. And that means while the kids are doing their homework, I'm working my business. My kids do homework for like 3 hours a day. That's more than enough time as a top income earner. If you want to be a top income earner, you should be able to run this business in 3 to 4 disciplined hours at max, and you will be just fine. But the problem is in those 3 to 4 hours, you're not disciplined. You're scrolling, you're on Pinterest, you're on this YouTube and that YouTube, and all of a sudden you're making paper flowers from YouTube. And then you're like, crap, my kids need me. Now I'm not, now what am I going to do? Okay. So wake up earlier. Do your daily 6 list, which is 6 things that only you can do, no matter how you feel, no matter your thoughts, no matter your mood. Okay. What are those daily 6 things that you can do? And then how can I double dip? So for instance, in the morning, I'm going to shift a new routine due to some personal things that I've got going on. But in the morning, while you're getting ready, we all brush our teeth, brush our hair, and get dressed. If you have Audible, YouTube, Pandora, if you have a cell phone, you can press play and do all that, and you don't have to have notes and sit there and take time. It boggles my mind when people say, well, I have to take notes when I listen to things. Do you? Nope, pretty sure you don't. Check no, right? You actually don't. You want to, and you say you have to, so you don't do it, AKA an excuse, right? Because your mind will pick up exactly what it needs to when you're listening to it. Isn't it interesting that like we'll be having a conversation with our girlfriends and all of a sudden a song comes on and we're like, I'm 100% that, right? We just sing. We know it. We were not listening, but all of a sudden it comes on and we know it. Your brain picks up the same thing. So if you're listening to something, your brain will get what it needs to, I promise, right? So finding white space, like I have my Bluetooth teed up to my car, everything plays automatic. Anytime that I'm sitting on my phone, if my kids are watching TV, my Audible's playing, my YouTube's playing. Oh, you're cleaning your house and you have 16 loads of laundry to do? Cool, press play. Like fill your eyes, your mouth, your ears with good things, good eats, good music, see positivity, and everything will shift and I'll be a better mom all around. And so I don't need to say, okay, once this happens, then I'll do that. Once this happens, then I'll do that. No. I'm going to do it now so that way I can. Okay. I hope that helps. Crystal and everyone else, you guys, she's just brave enough to ask, right? Like if I want to be successful, I'm going to be successful. I met a girl this weekend who has a mom of 5. She just finished like the highest level of degree of college. I don't even know what that is. And she's like some special education teacher, principal, student body of something. Like the chick has like 12 jobs. And she's like, oh, and by the way, and I do Triad events every single night at this bakery shop, a Triad Fit Bar. Like, I'm like, she brings in 1,000 to 2,000 BV every single time she does a Triad event. Like, that's my kind of girl. But guess what? She's willing to do that for 4 or 5 hours, one night a week, or she can sit on social media for 27 hours a day. She doesn't have that time. So she's like, hey, I've got to pivot. And so we have to decide, where is this business going to fold into my day? Do I organize seven a post all for us? So my week's done. Am I disciplined on Sunday so I can have freedom the rest of the day, right? Do I have my alarm set so I know when every single call is, right? Do I have a pee break at work? Oh yeah. Okay. Copy, paste, post. It takes 2 seconds. Like you don't need a lot of time in this business. You need focused time and you need to be disciplined in your time. And that includes your body and your health as well. I hope that helps. That was good.
Oh, that totally helps because truthfully, like I know Jocelyn, I mean, she's an ambassador, you guys. She sets alarms for posting also, because it's so easy for your day to get away from you. I was supposed to make a post before this training, but I was like, roadblock, I'm going to have to do it after.
Yep. But you just do it. You adapt.
Yeah, exactly. And I love how you said that too, like everyone's going to work it differently, but if you've been doing something and something is not working, you need to change it. That's what it is. Like if, for example, when Instagram stories came out, people were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I was like, oh no, I'm good. Like I'm Facebook, I'm Instagram posts, like, no, thank you. I don't need that. And then it was working and it was working and it was working for everybody. And I was like, fine, I'll frickin' do it. And so I learned something new. And now tons and tons of my customers and my distributors come from that spot. Like sometimes you just got to switch it up. But I will say that if I ever FaceTime somebody or get in front of them in person, I can sign them almost immediately. That's one thing. I never really did parties, but if they were local and they were not ready to sign the first time we talked, I'd say, why don't we get together? You know, and people stood me up a couple times, but then Savannah eventually signed, and now she's almost presidential and she's amazing and one of my best friends, you know, so you just never know. But that's what I love about it, because you guys, a lot of people too, like, they need that human interaction, you know, even us. Like, I am very efficient with my business, but sometimes I'm like, can we just go like get lunch or like see each other in real life? Like, we're real life humans. Like, you need to see that and feel that excitement. And there's something about being with someone in person that just shares your excitement like crazy. And if you can't, obviously, because we do meet a lot of people out of state, FaceTime is the next best thing.
Right.
Okay, so Amber, we are almost at our 1 hour mark. Is there anything that you feel like everybody needs to hear, whether they're new or not new, or just share some vision of what you see for the company?
She's like, AKA. You guys, what's crazy is, like, I just had my 7th year anniversary in August. Well, I went Rupee in 45 days. And so who is that person that you're going to build over the next 45 days? We don't need some massive bonus to make our business the best it is, okay? We need to base it on residual. We need to base it on what we have. I wish our kits were more than $99. Okay, can I get an amen? I know some are like, oh no, what? But that's a mindset thing. I know what we have to offer, and I would pay $500. And I know a lot of people, I'd rather take 3 $500 kits than $10 million ones that are going to leave in 2 to 3 months. Okay, so we need to know the value of our business and go out and recruit and follow the steps of success. And it's interesting to me, the other day, I am like 0 green, you guys. And I made this like steps of success times like again and again, and like this leadership steps of success. And my mind was blown at how much possibility and how much potential there is in this business. If you guys can just go get 3 distributors at minimum every single month and teach those 3 to get 3, you're going to have 12 new distributors in a month with over 48 customers if they each get their 4. Each get their 4. How simple and how easy is that? In 30 days, you could go from distributor to almost emerald. Okay? Distributor to almost emerald diamond even in 30 days. If you just got 3 and taught those 3 to get 3. 3 distributors, you guys, 4 customers, 3 distributors. The steps of success is how I went ambassador. That's it. I didn't do anything crazy or elaborate. That's all I knew. I worked every single week on getting every week and a half signing a distributor. Some days it was 3 days in a row, but I still worked every single day like I didn't have anybody, and I started every month fresh. And so what's coming will be huge. And if you want a clue, my biggest clue for you, drum roll please, is to get new distributors in. This month, you will want new distributors in this month. Before August ends, you will want all the distributors in now, period, the end. And be ready for September. I feel like September, October, and November, December is going to be better than the beginning of the year, personally.
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so excited. Especially with you talking, especially with Green Carpet event coming up. I know they're gonna, just pop it off there. So I am super excited. And yes, we will bring in all the distributors. So really quick, just so you guys know what she's talking about, the steps to success is something the company created. It's a system. If you can create a system that people can follow, then your business will blow up because it's duplication. All it is 4 loyal customers, 3 distributors. Teach those 3 distributors to get 4 loyal customers. Like that. And the fact that the fact that the company gives a $100 shopping spree for them getting their first 4 customers, that right there is golden. And so if you can just do that, and I know, we have a lot of top distributor enrollers on our team, and you guys, I will never turn someone away. I will never stop enrolling as many as I can, but I want you guys to keep in mind too, like, some of you guys, even for your 3, you're trying so hard that you'll take anyone. And I say that lightly because I don't prejudge anyone, but also you guys, if someone is talking to you and they're 1 foot in, they're 1 foot out, you know, they're just not someone that you would want representing your team. For example, like I don't offer the business to people if they're swearing about all their problems all over their Facebook, things like that, because guess what? They probably going to swear at me when they don't sign their first person their first day. You know what I mean? If they're complaining all over their Facebook, what do you think they're going to do to you? They're going to be complaining all over. They're going to complain, vomit all over you. So, you know, like if you're going to be focusing on that steps of success, you guys, or even more, look at the people that you are actually talking to and say like, could I see her being a ruby in my business or a diamond in my business? Because every person I try to bring in, I look at them and I say, okay, I can coach them to be a diamond leader in this business, because it doesn't matter your skills. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what your job is or if you have kids or how old you are. If you're coachable and you want it, I can teach you. And that's usually it's attitude based. So if your attitude is right, I can see you being an ambassador one day. If your attitude is wrong, I'm like, run away. So because your cuppeth will fill up and they will drain it. They will put a hole in it. So, you know, think about who you're bringing in and, you know, focus on making sure that you want to work with them. Would you be their friend? You know, like all my people are bringing I'm like, I could be your friend. Like we could totally be hanging out. We could totally be friends. And so I know Jessica last week was talking about that too for like Instagram. She adds people that she has things in common with because she knows, Ben, guess what? No, first of all, they're going to join her business faster. But second of all, they're going to stay because they have a connection. They have something in common. But that's kind of what the steps of success is, you guys. And it's super freaking simple. Super freaking simple. So I know I already asked you, but is there anything else you want to?
No, you guys, I think just ultimately be you and be confident in your recruiting. Like and don't count your chickens before they hatch. You know, it's like if I was like, oh, I'm sending a distributor Friday. No, you're not. Like go and find new all the time, because if that's the case, like I'd still be waiting around for the chicken that hasn't hatched. And I mean, that's like hundreds and hundreds of people. But there's 7 billion people in this world. There's plenty for you. There's plenty for me. And it's who's going to talk to the most. That's who's going to win. But find a really big why over these next couple months, because what's coming will be huge for those that prepare their mind and get right with their mindset every single day and their health. Get your before and after pictures. I'm about to start saying, if you don't have a new before and after pictures within the last 6 months, don't talk to me. Like, I'm not going to coach you. I'm just kidding. I'm too yellow for that. But I really do want to do that. Like, that is what's going to take your business to the next level, is you have 45 minutes, you guys, to put a wrap on it. Hello? Like, you could have a corporate approved picture by tomorrow and have all new loyal customers and distributors knocking at your feet because you have a new wrap result, right? So get your corporate approved pictures, and then go recruit, sign new distributors.
Yeah. And you guys, just one last thing. If you didn't know, this year we have had more promotions in our company than ever before. And I know a couple years ago, that's what we said and that's what we had, but we just keep going. And so for Amber to see what's coming on the back end and know what's coming and to say that, I'm like, I'm ready. Because I had my biggest year yet so far. We've had our highest paychecks. We've had consistent, crazy high paychecks, and it has been freaking phenomenal. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Bigger, go home. So I'm ready. So thank you, Amber, so freaking much for being on. And I know it was super last minute because I asked you this morning. But you are amazing. Yeah, we'll take a picture really quick because I always forget.
I'm like trying to hear what Stacy's trying to say. Like, come on.
Oh, wait, say that again.
Like Stacy's about to say something. Don't let
No, so she texted me. She was giving her boys a bath and they were acting crazy. So she's just what she was going to share, and she's going to share it in the team page a little more in depth, was what she put in the Triples and Up page, Amber. Basically, you use a Survey Monkey, and you can put like a survey link where it gives like a distributor survey, and you can link it up to your Instagram, and they just take the survey, like, how old are you? How much money would you like to make? So on and so forth, like drop your info below. And so she made that, and she had a girl fill it out, and she signed up, you know, she texted her and she signed up immediately. So it's going to be something super cool, super awesome. We're always trying new things. So Amber can share the survey that she put in there because she put it in the Triples Net page, and then she'll put it in the team page also. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much, Amber. Good night.